A humble, strong-willed woman hides her wealthy background to make it on her own. She marries for love, builds a business with her husband, but after his death, his greedy family kicks her out completely unaware of who she really is. She fights back, wins, and shows them mercy they never showed her. I wasn't born poor. In fact, I was the only daughter of one of the richest businessmen in the city. But growing up in luxury never made me happy. I wanted more than private jets and gated homes. I wanted purpose. So, at 23, I walked away. I left behind my father's empire and my mother's high society expectations to build a life on my own terms. I met Daniel at a bookstore cafe. He spilled coffee on my blouse and offered me his napkin with a shy smile. He didn't know my last name. He didn't care about my inheritance. He saw me for me. That was rare. We fell in love fast, laughing, dreaming, struggling together, and I never told him about my past. All he knew was that I worked hard and loved him harder. We had nothing but each other and an idea. Daniel dreamed of opening a sustainable clothing brand. I had saved some money from freelance gigs, so we hustled sewing, designing, packaging, promoting. We grew the business, bit by bit. We didn't take vacations. We reinvested every dime. Within 5 years, we had 3 stores, an online presence, and a small warehouse. Then, it happened. Daniel fell sick. It started with fatigue and back pain. Then came the scans, the specialists, the words no one wants to hear: cancer, aggressive, terminal. The man I loved, the man I built a life with, was slipping away, and I couldn't save him. I stayed by his side until the very end. The day after his funeral, Daniel's mother and siblings showed up, not with condolences, but with lawyers. They said I wasn't legally entitled to anything, that the business was in Daniel's name, that the house we lived in, our home, was part of his family property. They gave me 48 hours to leave. I was numb, shattered, and yes, I left, with nothing but my clothes and a flash drive of business files. They didn't know I was Ava Donovan, daughter of Richard Donovan, the real estate mogul. I never used my father's name. I never needed to. But now, I called him, for the first time in 8 years. And he came, not with lectures, but with love. "You fought your battles alone long enough," he said. "Now let me fight with you." I filed suit. I had proof of everything: emails, contracts, receipts, meetings where I negotiated deals. I wasn't just Daniel's wife, I was his business partner, co-founder, and shareholder. The court case became the talk of the city. Their arrogance backfired when I calmly laid out every document in court. My lawyers were merciless. I could see the panic on their faces when they realized they underestimated me. I won. Every asset was returned. The business, the properties, even the inheritance Daniel had left behind, but they tried to hide. But instead of celebrating, I cried. I didn't want revenge, I wanted peace. I wanted my husband back. But life doesn't give you that. So I honored him the best way I knew how. Despite their cruelty, I settled them. I gave them a financial cushion, just enough to survive, but not enough to thrive on greed. I didn't do it for them. I did it for Daniel. I imagined what he'd say. "Ava, don't let them make you bitter." So I didn't. I chose mercy, not because they earned it, but because I was strong enough to offer it. Today, I run our company under a new name, A&D Legacy, for Ava and Daniel. I've rebuilt everything. I fund scholarships for women who want to build from scratch, just like I did. And if you ask me who I am now, I'm not just a millionaire's daughter. I'm not just a widow they kicked out. I'm the storm they never saw coming. And I survived.